Did you know that Tennessee was once so radioactive it helped build the first atomic bomb? Or that an earthquake so powerful made the Mississippi River run backward and created an entirely new lake? And that beneath its ground lies one of the largest cave systems on the planet with tunnels no one's ever fully explored? Well, Tennessee is packed with crazy facts just like these, and we've got 50 of them for you, so let's dive right in. 50. Tennessee borders 8 states. Tennessee shares its borders with 8 other states, which is more than any state except Missouri. That's like having 8 neighbors and still keeping your yard in order. The bordering states are Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Missouri. If you love road trips, Tennessee is like a central hub. A single drive can put you in 8 different landscapes and cultures, all without leaving the state's periphery. 49. The Mississippi River defines the western edge. The mighty Mississippi River runs along the western edge of Tennessee, shaping its economy, culture, and history. While some think of it as just a river, consider that it's more than 2,300 miles long, connecting Tennessee indirectly to 31 states. This river not only provides fertile soil for agriculture, but also hosts spectacular wildlife, from bald eagles to catfish that could double as small pets. 48. Tennessee is longer east to west than north to south, at roughly 440 miles from east to west, but only 120 miles north to south at its widest. Tennessee is a long and skinny state. Imagine folding a piece of paper into a long ribbon. That's Tennessee. This elongated shape gives the state an unusually diverse range of environments, from high mountains in the east to flat delta lands in the west, making road trips incredibly varied in scenery. 47. The Smoky Mountains aren't actually smoky. The Great Smoky Mountains earn their name not from fire or pollution, but from a natural fog that often hangs over the peaks. This fog comes from water vapor emitted by the dense vegetation. The mountains are part of the Appalachian chain, and their haze is so persistent that from a distance, the peaks appear to be blanketed in smoke. It's an atmospheric spectacle that photographers dream about. 46. Clingman's Dome is Tennessee's highest point. Clingman's Dome stands at 6,643 feet and is the highest point in Tennessee. That's taller than any building on Earth by a long shot, and if you're hiking it, prepare for brisk mountain air and incredible vistas that stretch into North Carolina. On a clear day, you can see dozens of miles of the Smokies, which feels like standing on the roof of the world, but without the skyscrapers and traffic. Before continuing, be sure to subscribe to discover hidden stories and curiosities about every US state that no one else will tell you. 45. The Tennessee River is a major waterway. Flowing for 652 miles, the Tennessee River twists and turns in a giant arc through the state. It is fed by numerous tributaries and provides drinking water, hydroelectric power, and recreational opportunities. For comparison, it's nearly the length of a trip from New York City to Chicago. Let's see. Its meandering nature created valleys and fertile soils that support agriculture and wildlife across Middle and West Tennessee. 44. Tennessee has thousands of caves. Tennessee is a cave lover's paradise with more than 10,000 documented caves, including some of the largest in the United States. The state's limestone bedrock makes it ideal for cave formation, with stalactites, stalagmites, and underground rivers waiting to be explored. Some caves are massive enough to host entire underground ecosystems, making them natural laboratories for studying geology and biology alike. 43. Tennessee has 3 major physiographic regions. East Tennessee features mountains and ridges. Middle Tennessee is dominated by rolling hills and fertile valleys. And West Tennessee is largely flat and flood-prone. And this geographic division makes the state feel like 3 separate worlds. If Tennessee were a cake, each region would be a different layer, from dense chocolate mountains to soft vanilla plains and buttery delta lands. 42. Cumberland Plateau runs across the east. The Cumberland Plateau stretches across East Tennessee with rugged cliffs, deep gorges, and dense forests. The plateau is part of the larger Appalachian Plateau and provides a unique ecosystem. Hiking and rock climbing here are popular, but the terrain is deceptively challenging. This plateau also contains rare plants and animals that are not found anywhere else in the state, making it a hotspot for biodiversity. 41. Tennessee has over 50,000 miles of streams. With over 50,000 miles of rivers and streams, Tennessee is a water-rich state. That's enough to wrap around the Earth twice. These waterways not only support ecosystems, but also create beautiful landscapes for fishing, kayaking, and sightseeing. The Tennessee, Cumberland, and Mississippi rivers are just the tip of the iceberg. Countless smaller creeks and tributaries weave a lacework across the state. 40. West Tennessee is mostly delta land. West Tennessee is part of the Mississippi Delta, characterized by fertile soil ideal for cotton, soybeans, and other crops. Its flat terrain contrasts sharply with the mountains of the east, offering wide open skies and endless farmland vistas. The delta's rich soil and proximity to the Mississippi River made it historically significant for agriculture and trade, giving West Tennessee a landscape very different from the rest of the state. 39. Reelfoot Lake was created by an earthquake. Reelfoot Lake in northwest Tennessee is unusual because it was formed by the 1811-1812 New Madrid earthquakes. Unlike most lakes, which are created by rivers or glaciers, Reelfoot is a tectonic lake. It's shallow, swampy, and filled with cypress trees, making it a haven for waterfowl and other wildlife. Visiting it feels like stepping into a natural, ancient wetland frozen in time. 38. Tennessee has a volcano, okay, it's not active, but Shiloh and surrounding areas have ancient volcanic rocks. Millions of years ago, volcanic activity shaped parts of Tennessee's eastern and central regions. This contributes to soil richness and interesting rock formations today. While you won't see lava flows or smoke plumes, the geological story is fascinating and a reminder of the ancient dynamic forces that created the landscapes you see. 37. Tennessee has a unique climate gradient. East Tennessee has cooler mountain climates. Middle Tennessee has mild rolling hills. And West Tennessee experiences hotter summers. The climate variation is extreme enough that you can wear a jacket in the mountains and shorts in the delta on the same day if you plan your route carefully. It's a geographic curiosity that affects agriculture, outdoor recreation, and the types of vegetation that thrive in each region. 36. The Chickasaw Bluff shapes the Mississippi. West Tennessee's Chickasaw Bluff rises above the Mississippi River, providing scenic views and unique geological features. The bluffs were formed by river erosion and uplift over thousands of years. They create steep cliffs that contrast with the surrounding flat delta land and offer natural observation points to study river behavior, migration patterns of birds, and the ever-changing course of the Mississippi. 35. Tennessee has more freshwater fish than most states. Tennessee is a hotspot for freshwater fishing, boasting over 200 species of fish. That's more than most states east of the Mississippi. Rivers, streams, and lakes, including the Tennessee and Cumberland, create diverse habitats. Anglers will find everything from bass and catfish to unique species like the red-eye bass. It's a paradise for fishing enthusiasts and a clear indicator of the state's aquatic biodiversity. 34. The Natchez Trace Parkway follows ancient routes. The Natchez Trace Parkway in Tennessee roughly follows trails that have existed for thousands of years. Connecting Natchez, Mississippi to Nashville, the route meanders through forests, hills, and open fields, showing off the state's varied geography. While it's a historic route, from a geographic perspective, it's also a journey through valleys, ridges, and river crossings that illustrate Tennessee's natural diversity in one continuous drive. 33. Tennessee has over 50 named mountains. While the Smokies often steal the spotlight, Tennessee actually has more than 50 named mountains, many over 4,000 feet in elevation. From the rugged peaks in East Tennessee to the smaller hills in Middle Tennessee, these mountains create a landscape of natural diversity. Some peaks are perfect for hiking, while others provide unique vantage points for viewing rivers, valleys, and even distant states. You might drive past one and never realize it's a named peak with its own story. 32. Tennessee is home to unusual rock formations. The state's limestone, sandstone, and shale contribute to fascinating rock formations, from sheer cliffs to hoodoos. For example, the chimney tops in the Smoky Mountains are literally twin spires that rise dramatically from the surrounding forests. These formations result from millions of years of erosion, tectonic activity, and glacial influence, creating natural sculptures that are both awe-inspiring and geologically significant. It's like Mother Nature's own art gallery scattered across the state. 31. Tennessee has a hidden underground river. Some of Tennessee's caves hide rivers that flow entirely underground for miles. One of the most notable is the river system within the Cumberland Caverns. These underground waterways are not just fun for spelunkers, they also affect groundwater flow, cave ecology, and even the surface landscapes above. Imagine kayaking through a subterranean world with stalactites above and limestone walls around you. It's like entering a secret dimension beneath the hills. 30. Tennessee's lakes are mostly man-made. While Tennessee has some natural lakes, like Reelfoot, the majority are reservoirs created for flood control, recreation, and hydroelectric power. Norris Lake, Douglas Lake, and Percy Priest Lake are just a few examples. These lakes dramatically reshape the landscape, turning river valleys into recreational havens, supporting wildlife, and providing water-based tourism. They also create unique microclimates along their shores, giving anglers and boaters something extra to enjoy. 29. Tennessee's valley and ridge system is remarkable. The Valley and Ridge province of East Tennessee features alternating ridges and valleys that run roughly northeast to southwest. These narrow ridges create dramatic landscapes with steep sides and fertile valleys between them. The arrangement affects weather patterns, agriculture, and settlement patterns. Driving through this region is like watching a natural barcode, with each stripe representing a ridge or valley sculpted over millions of years. 28. Tennessee has a mini desert. Believe it or not, there are small areas in Tennessee with unusually sandy soils and sparse vegetation, such as near the western parts of the Highland Rim. While not a true desert, these dry spots create an ecosystem distinct from the surrounding forests and wetlands. They support rare plant species that cannot survive elsewhere in the state, giving ecologists a reason to celebrate Tennessee's geographic variety in miniature form. 27. The Tennessee-Kentucky border features a natural low point. Along the northern boundary, rivers and rolling hills create a natural low point that historically facilitated travel and trade. It's a subtle feature you might not notice while driving, but for geographers, it demonstrates how water and erosion shape state lines and transportation corridors. Modern highways still take advantage of this gentle terrain, showing that geography quietly influences infrastructure choices even centuries later. 26. The Sequatchie Valley is a rare linear valley. The Sequatchie Valley in East Tennessee is one of the few linear valleys in the United States, running 65 miles long and only a few miles wide. Its straight, narrow shape is geologically unusual, bordered by steep escarpments. The valley is fertile, supporting agriculture and small towns, and the unique topography makes it a striking contrast to surrounding ridges and plateaus. It's like nature drew a perfectly straight pencil line across the land. 25. Tennessee is one of the most forested states. Nearly half of Tennessee's land is covered in forests, making it one of the most densely forested states in the eastern United States. The majority of these forests are concentrated in east and middle Tennessee, ranging from lush hardwood forests with oak, maple, and hickory to extensive pine plantations. This dense forest coverage plays a crucial role in maintaining wildlife habitats, regulating water cycles, and even influencing local climate patterns by moderating temperatures and increasing rainfall retention. For outdoor enthusiasts, Tennessee's forests provide endless opportunities for hiking, birdwatching, camping, and scenic drives. The Great Smoky Mountains in the east act as the state's forested crown, with mist-covered peaks and diverse plant life. Traveling through Tennessee's woodlands, it feels as though the entire state is wrapped in a giant green blanket, offering tranquility, adventure, and a direct connection to nature at every turn. 24. Tennessee contains karst topography. Karst landscapes formed by dissolving limestone are common in Middle Tennessee. These include sinkholes, caves, underground streams, and springs. This unique topography affects everything from construction to water quality. In some areas, you may drive across a smooth road only to find a dramatic sinkhole nearby, a reminder that the ground beneath Tennessee is constantly shaping itself in mysterious ways. 23. The Highland Rim encircles the Nashville Basin. Middle Tennessee features the Highland Rim, a circular uplift surrounding the Nashville Basin. This geological formation provides fertile farmland and rolling hills and offers scenic views along the rim. The basin itself is low-lying and surrounded by these elevated lands, making it an ideal spot for agriculture and settlement. From a distance, the rim creates the illusion of a natural fortress encircling the heart of the state. 22. Tennessee has significant elevation variation. Elevation ranges from 178 feet at the Mississippi River in West Tennessee to 6,643 feet at Clingman's Dome. That's a difference of over a mile vertically. This variety influences climate, vegetation, and wildlife. The dramatic elevation changes also make Tennessee a paradise for hikers, photographers, and anyone who enjoys seeing how landscapes shift in a relatively small horizontal distance. 21. Tennessee's rivers carve deep valleys. Rivers like the Cumberland in Tennessee carve deep valleys that influence urban and rural development. For example, the Cumberland River Valley provides fertile soils, while river bends create natural floodplains. These valleys support agriculture, towns, and transportation corridors. Watching a river snake through a valley, you can literally see the land shaped over centuries, a testament to the slow but powerful force of water. 20. The Chickamauga Dam alters the Tennessee River. Dams along the Tennessee River, including Chickamauga, reshape the river system for navigation, hydroelectric power, and recreation. The dam creates artificial lakes and stabilizes water flow, but also impacts ecosystems downstream. From a geographic perspective, it demonstrates how humans can intervene in natural systems on a massive scale, creating new land-water interactions that weren't present before construction. 19. Tennessee has rare cedar glades. Cedar glades are open, rocky areas with thin limestone-based soil found predominantly in Middle Tennessee. These unique landscapes are unlike typical forests or plains, featuring sparse tree cover, exposed rock, and specialized vegetation. Many of the plants that grow in cedar glades are endemic, meaning they exist nowhere else on Earth, including rare wildflowers, hardy grasses, and unique shrubs adapted to the thin, dry soil. Walking through a cedar glade is an almost otherworldly experience. It can feel like stepping into a desert oasis hidden within the rolling hills of Tennessee. The exposed rock and sunlight create a harsh environment where only the most resilient plants survive, making the glades ecological treasures. These areas also support insects, birds, and small animals uniquely adapted to this environment. For ecologists and nature enthusiasts alike, Tennessee's cedar glades offer a remarkable glimpse into the adaptability and diversity of life. 18. Tennessee features natural waterfalls beyond the Smokies. While many think of waterfalls only in the Great Smoky Mountains, Tennessee has numerous hidden waterfalls in smaller parks and private lands. These cascades form due to streams cutting through sandstone and limestone beds, and they range from tiny trickles to roaring drops, each carving its own miniature canyon. You don't need to climb a mountain to find a waterfall. Tennessee sprinkles them throughout valleys, ridges, and gorges. 17. Tennessee's soil diversity is astonishing. The state has incredibly diverse soils, from sandy plains in the west to fertile loams in the central valleys, and rocky soils in the mountains. This diversity supports agriculture, forestry, and wildlife habitats. Farmers grow cotton, soybeans, corn, and tobacco depending on soil type, while ecologists study how soil affects plant communities. It's like a patchwork quilt beneath your feet, with each patch telling a story about geology, climate, and land use. 16. Tennessee is a limestone wonderland. Much of Tennessee's bedrock is limestone, which dissolves easily in water to form caves, sinkholes, and underground rivers. This creates unique landforms across the state, particularly in Middle Tennessee, including the Nashville Basin. Limestone also contributes to fertile soils, supporting agriculture, vineyards, and lush forests. From a geologist's perspective, Tennessee is like a living experiment in erosion and deposition, constantly reshaping itself over millennia. 15. Tennessee has one of the largest underground caves in the U.S. Cumberland Caverns, located near McMinnville, is one of the largest show caves in the United States, stretching more than 27 miles of explored passageways. Visitors can explore vast chambers, stalactite-laden corridors, and underground streams. These caverns highlight the state's extensive karst topography and provide habitats for unique species, including bats and cave-adapted invertebrates. Exploring them is like stepping into a hidden underground world where geology tells stories millions of years old. 14. Tennessee has unique microclimates. The combination of mountains, valleys, rivers, and lakes creates microclimates across Tennessee. For example, the Smoky Mountains can be cool and misty, while the valley below experiences warm sun. Similarly, lakes and rivers moderate temperatures locally. These microclimates affect everything from plant growth to snowfall, making Tennessee a state where weather can be dramatically different in a short drive. It's like having multiple mini-states of climate inside one border. 13. Tennessee has longest continuous karst region east of the Mississippi. The Central Basin and surrounding highland rim feature a karst region extending for hundreds of square miles. This area is full of sinkholes, caves, springs, and underground streams. The karst terrain affects groundwater flow and soil drainage, creating fertile farming conditions in some spots and challenging construction conditions in others. It's a fascinating landscape for geologists, hydrologists, and anyone who loves to see how water shapes rock over millennia. 12. Tennessee's waterfalls vary greatly in type, from plunge waterfalls that drop directly into pools to cascade falls that tumble over rocks and steps. Tennessee offers a variety of waterfall types. Examples include the impressive Fall Creek Falls, one of the tallest in the eastern U.S., and smaller hidden gems in state parks. These waterfalls demonstrate how rivers interact with rock layers, erosion, and slope, and creating scenic landscapes that are both recreational and ecological treasures. 11. Tennessee's eastern mountains contain rare biodiversity. The Great Smoky Mountains are a hotspot of biodiversity, including rare and endemic species. The combination of elevation, rainfall, and limestone soils allows for diverse forests, wildflowers, and wildlife. Some species exist only within a few valleys or ridges, making Tennessee an ecological treasure chest. From salamanders to wild orchids, the eastern mountains are a playground for biologists and nature lovers alike. Before we get to the 10 facts that corroborate what I told you at the beginning, remember to subscribe to the channel and give it a like to become experts in American geography. 10. Tennessee's delta supports migratory birds. West Tennessee, especially areas along the Mississippi River, features wetlands and floodplains that host migratory birds. The delta provides crucial rest stops for species traveling thousands of miles. Birdwatchers can witness ducks, geese, herons, and other waterfowl in massive numbers. From a geographic standpoint, this illustrates how terrain and river systems shape habitats critical to global species migration. 9. Tennessee features rare sandstone cliffs. In East and Middle Tennessee, sandstone cliffs punctuate hills and valleys, often with unique rock formations and ledges. These cliffs create microhabitats, offering niches for nesting birds and rare plants. They also provide climbing and hiking challenges for enthusiasts, adding adventure to natural exploration. Sandstone's resistance to erosion compared to surrounding soils makes these cliffs standout features in otherwise rolling landscapes. 8. Tennessee's river meanders influence settlement patterns. Rivers like the Tennessee, Cumberland, and Mississippi have long meanders, creating floodplains and fertile lands. Settlements historically emerged along these curves, as flat, nutrient-rich areas were ideal for agriculture. Even today, towns and highways follow the bends of these rivers, demonstrating how geography quietly shapes human activity. Driving alongside these meanders feels like following a natural blueprint that dictated settlement locations for centuries. 7. Tennessee has glacial influence far from the ice. While Tennessee was south of the last ice sheet, glacial activity indirectly shaped northern ridges, valleys, and soil deposits. Meltwater streams from glaciers contributed to sediment deposits and river patterns, subtly influencing Tennessee's landscape. You might not see glaciers today, but their fingerprints remain in soil layers, river sediments, and valley formations, a silent reminder of Earth's climatic history. 6. Tennessee's plateaus harbor unique flora. The Cumberland Plateau and surrounding ridges host rare plant communities adapted to shallow soils, rocky slopes, and varying rainfall. Species like cliff goldenrod or endemic mosses thrive where few others can. These plateaus are both scenic and ecologically significant, demonstrating how elevation, soil, and topography interact to create specialized environments. Nature's resilience is on full display here. 5. Tennessee's rivers created natural canyons. The Cumberland and Tennessee rivers, along with countless smaller tributaries, have carved deep and dramatic canyons over millions of years, shaping Tennessee's landscape in remarkable ways. These natural canyons vary in size and form, from narrow gorges with sheer rock walls to wider valleys that cradle forests and meadows. The persistent flow of water has not only sculpted the terrain, but also influenced local microclimates, creating cooler, shaded areas and unique weather patterns along the canyon floors. These features foster diverse ecological zones, supporting plant and animal species that may not thrive elsewhere. Outdoor enthusiasts, including hikers, anglers, kayakers, and photographers, are drawn to these scenic sites for both adventure and inspiration. Standing at the edge of a canyon, observing the water winding below, it becomes clear that Tennessee's rivers are more than just waterways. They are natural artists, shaping the land into living masterpieces over geological time. 4. Tennessee has high biodiversity in small areas. Due to its varied elevations, soil types, and water systems, Tennessee has unusually high biodiversity in concentrated areas. You can find deciduous forests, cedar glades, limestone barrens, wetlands, and river floodplains all within a few miles. This creates micro-ecosystems where plants and animals coexist in surprising arrangements. For naturalists, it's like visiting multiple continents without leaving the state. 3. Tennessee's caves contain unique mineral formations. Many caves, including Cumberland Caverns and others, feature stalactites, stalagmites, flowstones, and rare formations like helictites. Minerals dissolved in water gradually form these features over thousands of years. These formations are delicate, often requiring guided tours to protect them. The caves are both a geological record and a stunning natural gallery of crystalline artistry, making them a must-see for anyone fascinated by underground landscapes. 2. Tennessee has extreme elevation changes in short distances. Driving from East Tennessee's mountains to Middle Tennessee's valleys, or from the Highland Rim to the Mississippi Delta, you can experience drastic elevation changes in just a few hours. These shifts create different climates, ecosystems, and soil types almost instantaneously. It's one reason Tennessee supports such a wide variety of agriculture, wildlife, and recreational opportunities. One minute you're surrounded by rugged peaks, the next you're in flat farmland under an open sky. 1. Tennessee is geographically diverse beyond compare. Topping our list, Tennessee's true geographic wonder is its overall diversity. Within a single state, you can find mountains, valleys, plateaus, cliffs, caves, rivers, lakes, wetlands, and delta plains. You can hike, fish, kayak, explore caves, and study ecosystems all in one day if you're ambitious. This combination of features in one relatively small state is rare, making Tennessee a geographic microcosm of the eastern United States. The variety supports everything from outdoor adventure to biodiversity conservation, proving that Tennessee is far more than just a musical and cultural landmark. It's a geological treasure chest waiting to be explored. Now that you know these 50 facts about Tennessee, tell us, which one did you like the most, or which one surprised you the most? We'd love to read your opinion in the comments and see how many of us picked the same number. And something else many of us will probably agree on is watching the video I'm leaving on screen, because we all love sharing and learning interesting facts. And that's exactly what this video is all about. But before you watch it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Otherwise, we might not see each other again.